welcome. It's me, Percita, and this is Percita's Paradox. Here we are on Thursday. Super excited about the weekend, Father's Day weekend. I don't really have a father here on earth anymore. My father passed away a couple of years ago, but I still love the idea of celebrating men being men, period. And if you are a father and you have not been celebrated, I just want to be the first to say happy early Father's Day. And here's looking at you and all of your efforts to make your children's lives fantastic, right? I do have a husband who has children, just so happen to have those children with me, and we're going to celebrate him. So I'm super excited about that. And outside of that, I'm just looking forward to really celebrating everyone, my brother and all the men that I know that are fathers on this weekend. So outside of that, I hope you all are well and you are meeting me today with great anticipation of nothing better in your life than expectations of greatness and grandeur and all that other good stuff. So if you are here for the first time, thank you so much for joining me. Greatly appreciate your time and effort to do that because you don't have to. And outside of that, you know my OGs, I greatly appreciate you. The shares you have been given lately are just amazing. I appreciate you appreciating me. And thank you as always. If you have made it this far, right? I mean, you're already getting into this. Why not like, share, comment, and subscribe as usual? So here we go. What are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about the idea, right, of you just understanding you can't miss. And what I mean by you can't miss, I mean that things that are really for you will always be for you. No matter what happens, no matter how many bumps and walls you run into or try to get over, always understand that what is for you is for you. It's just the divine idea of how life works. It's very complicated to take on the idea that things that are really for you will always be for you and no one can stop that. Because we tend to just beat ourselves up when we make mistakes or if we're in situations that we feel like we can't get out of. All you have to do to meet this idea that I'm giving you is understand that you can be grateful in all of it. Every single thing, even the bad things, even the things that you feel like you'll never get over. Just trust me on this one. Be grateful in it. Really understand that it's divinely orchestrated and push. And what I mean by push is just keep walking. There was a song back in the day, and I think that's what she was saying. I think her name was Crystal Waters. Maybe not. I can't remember. Anyway, there was a song that I love, and if I figure out what it is, I will, of course, link it for you to listen to and meditate on. It's an upbeat song, fantastic. It is something for you to identify, to just know you can keep going, even when it feels like you don't want to, even when it feels like you've just messed up. If there is something that is for you and you know that it is for you, simply believe that the timing of that thing is just not when you think it is, but it's coming. So that's what I mean by keep pushing, keep moving, keep shifting yourself through it to understand that it is yours. When you have to take the mindset of defeat, try to make it as small and as minimal as possible. We're all going to have those moments where we feel as if like, what is really happening, right? Like, why is all of this negative happening to me? Or I thought that was mine and it didn't transpire. Or that relationship, I put all this time and effort into it and I just wasted my time. Never believe that. Always understand that no matter what, whatever is divinely orchestrated to be yours is yours. No one can ever mess it up. Not even you. Not even you. Now, I know some people might say, well, I don't really believe in that, Percita. I'm not a spiritual person. Okay, I can't really argue that, and I won't argue that. But I will say for the people who can receive what I'm saying, understand that it is yours. Whatever it is, it's just up to you to believe in it. It's up to you to have gratitude while you're going through the process. And it's up to you to forgive yourself to keep it going. We just talked about on Tuesday, leaving the past in the past. But sometimes the present can kill you as well. So let's just be clear on, you could be making mistakes as we speak right now and still feel as if I'll never get to my goal. It's a mindset. It's an energy of like, do you really believe that you just cannot get back up and start over or recreate or reinvent or put yourself in a position of movement and progression in your mind and just say, I'm not going to give up on me. And then the truth of it, that's really what it really boils down to. It just boils down to you taking the time to believe enough in you and being okay with taking the rest. Sometimes, we really have this thing in society that if you are not moving and not always looking productive and always looking as if, you outwardly are successful, that all of a sudden you don't feel like you're successful. Let me be the first to tell you that be smart enough also to understand that when you need to sit down and take a break, that means from this channel, social media in general, friends, family, hell, even yourself, you need to take that break and not feel as if, oh my gosh, if I stop, then, what's going to happen? Things are going to fall by the wayside. If you don't understand that when you say that, you put yourself in a place of a higher authority than you need to. People are going to be people. Circumstances are going to be circumstances. And if you are not giving your best, if you're not at your peak of energy and gratitude and whatever else, what other adjective you want to use, then understand that you still are just postponing your happiness. We all know that happiness is when you're happening, but understand very clearly that there is a time and a place for rest. This is why the sun is up only a certain amount of hours and the moon comes up. They are both very productive. One without the other is non-productive. So you have to have the balance. There is this thing where we have to believe that slowing down is a good thing, right? That when even we drive our cars, everything can't be a green light. At some point, you have to hit a stop sign or hit a yield sign or hit a red light. And it's important. It's important for the flow of life. It's important for the flow of traffic. It's just important. Try to apply that same principle when it comes to your life. When it comes to you desiring and wanting to do things. And I get it. My God, do I get it? Because let me be the first to tell you that your girl here is not the most patient beast. Let me tell you that I want to always believe that I can do whatever I need to do and that I am more than a conqueror and that I am all these fabulous things because let's just be real. I am all those things. But I am also clear in understanding that I am human and that I too run out of gas and that I too need to sit down and have several seats and shut my mouth and actually regroup and relax and relate to what it is that I'm trying to do so that I can see properly because my eyes aren't tired from trying to then visualize something or see something, and that I can also allow my organs to come into a place of rejuvenating themselves. And it took me a very long time to understand that because I just wanted to get to the end. I just wanted to just finish. So I would push and push and push and push and get everything done. And at the very end of the day, I'd sit and wonder, why do I feel so overwhelmed with the idea that I can't stop? That if I stop, then I'll let people down and I'll let myself down and the things won't manifest. It's like sometimes, yeah, I get it. There are things that you really have to complete and not stop, but that's not everything. So before you try to come at me and say, girl, but you really do have to finish stuff, you do. But you also have to be smart enough to know when to stop and take the mental health break that no one wanted to talk about until now we have to talk about it, to understand that you are not a machine. You have to do what you need to do. Even if you were a machine, total devil's advocate, you have to charge it. You can't be on your phone just forever and ever. There's a point in time where you actually need to plug that puppy in because there's no juice. So let me flip it back on you and say, even if you wanted to identify yourself as a machine, even machines need to be plugged in. How about that? So I need you to really take the time to understand that if you are having any sense of, oh God, I really got to do this right now, just understand that that energy is actually pushing things that are positive away from you, because no one wants to be rushed. No one wants to feel as if you're not giving them your undivided, including yourself. So you have to be very conscious of being in the present long enough to understand that everything is going to come to you. We don't need to chase money. You hear it all the time. You hear about everybody grinding and everybody hustling, and you really don't have to do that. It's truly your mindset that puts you in a place of receiving and things manifesting towards you in a manner of vibrating your way or being in a space that they want to be around you. Nobody wants to be around the anxious person. It makes most people nervous. And the crazy part about it is we don't even see it half the time, right? Because usually we're trying to impress people that, let's just face it, like are struggling with their own lives. So really don't need us to really impress them. So we have to get out of this idea that we're doing it to make someone believe that we're okay with doing all the work because we want to be better and, I don't know, like in some sense a display of being this like unstoppable beast. You know what I'm starting to understand? That leisure lifestyle, right, which is what I strive to be in, is complete, utter leisure lifestyle. I've said it 50,000 times when people say, my God, Percita, what's your dream job? My dream job is to not work. My dream job is to literally be able to sustain the lifestyle that I want with absolutely no effort whatsoever. Now, if that's a job, that's the job that I'm looking for. Even though I am striving in academia ways and business ways to do all these other things, the ultimate goal is to get to a place where I am not concerned about anything more than leisure lifestyle. And that could be in any sense of the word, from luxury end to living on a cliff by myself in a teepee. Even though I couldn't do the teepee because the teepee's on the ground, but you know what I'm saying. So I'm saying that to say you have to really find yourself in a place of, can you see yourself where you want to be? And at the same time, are you holding yourself back by trying to do something, right? And not understanding that in the middle of you trying to do it, you still may hinder your process because you can only see it one way, because that's all you think is supposed to happen. Instead of actually slowing down, trying to possibly get input from other people or other circumstances to give you yet another route. That's what I mean by it's very important to slow down and actually take the time to figure it out. And when you do that, yet again, we'll go right back to the beginning. You cannot, I repeat, cannot lose or not come in contact with anything or any circumstance or any financial breakthrough or any business opportunity or any relationship that is for you if you're doing that. It's impossible. It's absolutely impossible. So I just want to put that out today. I want to uplift you, to let you know that whatever it is that you're struggling with, because this is the time of year, as funny as it is, that people really get excited and they want to go outside, but this is the time of year that people do a lot of comparing. And you compare in a manner of what this would be identified as leisure time, right? It's summer and everyone wants to see everyone get out and go do something. And the more you do, the more you look like, you're successful. I get it. I understand it. I'm probably a part of that cycle. So I can't really knock it in the sense of saying I don't comprehend it, because I do find myself also wanting to be out and about and doing things. But what I'm learning as I get older is that it's just that quiet time of just really being able to walk away and kind of unplug and really not care about all of the extras. That is really my dream, right? Where I can just kind of pop up and do what I want to do when I want to do it. If I notate it, if I post it, if I do, that is up to me. But my mindset is still in a place of leisure. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully my rant, got you to a place of understanding that you're fantastic, right? I mean, you really are. No matter what you're going through, you are still alive. And when I say that, I want you to be clear on comprehending that I believe that as long as you still have breath, anything that you're striving to do is possible. It's really up to you. It's really up to you and how you decide to move, if you'll attain it. But always remember that if it's in you, it's supposed to happen. So trust yourself enough to achieve the thoughts and the goals and that deep rootedness of whatever it is, whatever that thing is, that you can actually have it. Just believe that. Just believe that. Prove me wrong. Believe it and tell me if you manifest it. And what I mean by manifesting is that if you consider manifestation and faith to line up in regards to their definitions of what they really are, even though manifestation sometimes can identify as really you believing in you solely, understand that spiritually, the God within you would be you, right? So I'll say that even if I'm using the word faith, it's still a premise of you have to do both, because you have to do something. Meaning, if you want to manifest something, you have to do something. If you're going to have faith in something, you have to do something. And then they both carry hope as a sidekick, so to speak, to really make it happen. So I am proposing today to prove me wrong. Actually focus on something that you've told yourself that you could not achieve and try harder to get there. First, by believing you can get there. And get back to me and tell me if it doesn't happen. I bet it will. I'm not betting any money because I don't like to bet money. But prove me wrong. Put it in the comments in the next couple of weeks what you thought about and what you absolutely saw come to fruition. And let's talk about it. But in between times, in the meantime, I want you to do the 3 things I always say. Live life authentic. No matter what, no matter how you feel, no matter what you want to tell yourself can't happen, focus on the things that can happen. Focus on the things that have happened. Use that energy to push and propel yourself to the next stage, whatever that is. Whatever it is. Okay? And know that whatever stage it is, be it big or small, it's still progression. It's still progression. So, live your life authentically and enjoy life while doing it. As always, thank you so much for joining me. I greatly appreciate you, your time, your energy, your comments, your shares, your subscriptions. I greatly appreciate you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, happy early Father's Day to the fathers. And I'll see you, of course, on Tuesday.